Hi, and welcome to the Poultry Nerds podcast. I'm Carrie Blackman, and I'm here with my co-host for the show, Jennifer Bryant, and we're here to help you figure out how to raise the healthiest, happiest, and highest quality birds possible.
Well, Poultry Nerds, we're back again this week, and we are here for the kids again with Kyle from the Chicken Inn, right?
It's the chicken farmer. It's kind of hard to, it's kind of difficult to figure it out because when I talk to a lot of people say like chicken farmer, which is like, without the in the middle,
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot of people thinking it's chicken farmer, which, then I have to explain it's chick and then in like a hotel or whatever, and then farmer.
Okay. So how did you settle on that name then?
Well, I started before YouTube and stuff. When I started with chickens, I got an old camper from my grandparents' house. They used it for hunting and stuff. And I redid it and I fixed it up and I turned it into this super cool chicken coop, which honestly, probably one of the best chicken coops I've ever had, ever. It's really good. And yeah, I basically started with the camper and then I was trying to find a name. And there's a lot of like names out there. Surprisingly, there's a lot of chicken YouTubers. So I was trying to find one that wasn't already used. And then I saw a lot of people talk about like, this is the Chick Inn. And I was like, that matches with my camper and everything. So I am the Chick Inn farmer.
Hey, that sounds pretty cool.
I mean, that does work. That works pretty well. I like it.
Well, you're in good company because a lot of people have to explain the name of their farms. It's not just you. I get called Bryant all the time. People thinking that I'm a him and my first name is Bryant. So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
But see, I get it. Like, I went totally off kilter with the name of mine. People are like, your last name's not even an R. Like you'll have to check out my site and read the story.
They've always got good backstories.
Yep, exactly.
There's always a reason. It might not make sense like in the front, like Chick Inn farmer, you're like, okay, I guess it kind of makes sense. But then like when the story backs it up, you're like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So are you still using the camper?
Yes, I am.
Wow. And did you do all that work by yourself?
It was mainly me and my dad because my dad is like the builder in our family. So he's very helpful on that end of stuff because I'm still learning because, I'm only 17 or whatever. I'm not a professional yet.
Right.
But yeah, he helped me get that built and together. We started putting metal on the sides and stuff. But honestly, throwing it out there, go on Facebook Marketplace and find a free camper. That is literally the best chicken coop I've ever had. And I've built massive ones. I have one called the Chicken Mansion, and it still does not hold up compared to my camper. It's already like insulated, all that stuff. It's literally everything you need for a chicken coop.
So is the whole thing a chicken? Or do you have like a section for storage and stuff?
Well, mine was a little pop-up. So I didn't have much space for like an extra storage room. But if you got one of the bigger campers that were like already like a full box, like we had to put plywood up because pop-up campers usually have like the cloth fold out situation, whatever all that is. So we had to do plywood and all that. But it wasn't very big, so we don't have an extra room in it.
Gotcha. Well, so for our listeners, Kyle is only 17.
Yep.
So how long have you been doing chickens?
So I've been doing chickens about 3 years now. And it's been a roller coaster of a bunch of different changes and stuff. It's been a lot of fun and a lot of learning, that's for sure. You definitely learn as you go with chickens.
Well, you never should stop one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I'm still definitely learning stuff. It's fun.
All right, so Jennifer, I got to say this. I actually found the Chick Inn on his Facebook page, and it's like a chicken Airbnb. It's got its own porch.
Yes, it
Is he
does.
making us look bad?
I mean, I'm not going to show it to any of my chickens because they might want to move. But the only thing, I don't see an air conditioner on top of it. I mean,
I'm working.
it's solid. Like this is cool. It makes me want to try to find like some 1970s retro camper that looks like it's one good bump away from falling apart
Exactly.
and babying it over to my place. And I mean, you could put a lot of roosting poles in there, and
You absolutely can.
that's awesome.
Great.
Well, kudos for imagination on that one. So were your parents into chickens, and then that's how you got into chickens, or tell us how you got into them?
So, kind of a long story with that. So, my parents had chickens when I was like 8 or 9, around that time. And I absolutely despised chickens and everything that had to do with them, which is crazy to think now. But I used to say I am never having chickens when I get older and stuff like that. It was kind of funny thinking back all the stuff I used to say about I really don't like chickens and stuff, and then the route I took. But they basically got me into them, I guess, because they started. And then I was homeschooled around like 7th, 8th grade that time. And I decided, hey, I want to do chickens. And I wanted to take care of them all by myself. And I wanted it to be like my thing mainly, which they still helped out a ton. But I really wanted it to be my chicken farm.
That makes
So
sense.
what breeds did you choose?
Okay, well, that's tough because when I started, I had completely different ideas of what I wanted to do than where I am now. So I started with like just egg layers, like you got Tractor Supply, and I'm just like, I want whatever the females are, pullets or, I was still learning at the time, so I didn't know what a pullet and all that was. So I was like, whatever's a female, I just want some. So I started with like 20, which is a lot. I definitely started out with too many, but then it ended up transferring to I want to breed chickens, but I don't want to pay like show chicken prices. So I bought like 6 or so of like a certain breed from a hatchery and had it shipped in. And then I had all these different breeding pens. And then after that, I went to show chickens, which now I'll talk about breeds, which I have light Brahmas, the large fowl, Bantam Salmon Fabrals, I have Ermine Americanas, and then I have a big flock of rainbow egg layers, which, they have like the dark brown eggs and the blues and the greens and all that stuff.
We'll be right back.
Oh, yeah. Quail Mania.
Wow. So you have 3 breeds you're working with, plus just your egg layers.
Yep.
So how many pens do you have?
Overall,
Right now, today. We know it changes, but today, how many pens do you have?
Today I have like 7 or 8.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Which I'm in the beginning, like, parts of my show chicken journey. Like, I just like stepped into the show chicken world and stuff. So like I only have a few of each of my breeds, but I feel like after a while it's gonna get out of hand because I definitely like breeding chickens.
Do you still have the hatchery stock, or have you found standard birds?
No, it's not hatchery anymore. I used to, and then I sold them all off. I'm really good at like getting into something like impulse buying. And then I'm like, this one didn't really work out. So I sell off the flock. And then I started buying again. That's how I started. And then now I'm like, I want to be settled down in these few breeds and then my egg laying flock that is what I want to stick with for years and years and years or whatever, and improve it and keep the breed healthy and all that stuff.
Okay. So where did you source your stock from, and how? How did you find them?
Okay, so a big shout out to Brian Knox, which he's on the show Chicken People. I don't know if you've seen it. It's a good show. And it talks about like the show chicken world and all the people in there. He is my mentor right now. So he found people who had all these different birds, which if you want, I can go into names of everybody who I've gotten my show chickens from. Which
you can just tell us that you sourced them from breeders.
Yeah.
Because some of those breeders might want to keep their secrets.
That's true. They might. But I got the salmon fibrils from just one so far because I just started with them. Like at Ohio Nationals is when I first picked them up and stuff. So that was only a few weeks ago. But the Brahmas, I have like 4 to 6 different breeders that I got hens and stuff from. So they're a little bit more like settled in.
So have you mixed them up, or are you keeping them separate by breeder?
There's some of them are still young, like growing out type age and stuff. So I haven't mixed any for like, I like this male to go with this female or anything, because like the hens aren't laying and there's kind of no point in having them beat up or anything.
Right.
So I haven't had anybody separated, but I'm planning to. And I want them all to be like mixed together, because Brian talks a lot about keeping like the genes like diverse and stuff. Because inbreeding, after a while, you can hit a wall and stuff, which has to do with line breeding. I'm not against it. I do think you need to line breed in some ways to fix certain issues in birds. But at some point, you always hit a wall and you have to bring in new blood. I don't want to have to bring in new blood every couple of years or whatever.
Yep. Well, first of all, kudos to you for having a mentor.
That is very important.
We both have mentors. They move a program along so much quicker.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's definitely way nicer to have a mentor than going in like completely blind. At first, I basically just jumped in and I was like, I want a show chicken. I went to Ohio Nationals last year and I just I spent like $400, which I shouldn't have. But I bought a bunch of different stuff and I didn't know what I was doing. I just thought, oh, pretty chicken. That's going to sell well or something like that. And I then realized that I need to focus on a breed or just a few breeds and really get them dialed in to what I want.
So have you been to very many shows?
I've been to, I think, 4 or 5 so far. I went to like Dayton Fancy Feather Show, Ohio Nationals, and a few others that I can't remember.
So the show bug has bit you then?
Yeah, definitely has.
You enjoyed it?
Yeah,
okay, good.
It's a lot of fun.
It's easy to happen.
Chickens are very addicting. And then you get in the chicken more.
Yes. Yes. So let's see. So now I understand on your Facebook page that you've gone NPIP and you're going to start selling eggs or chicks too?
Eggs, chicks, kind of whatever.
So just a logistical curiosity here. Can you get NPIP at your age, or did your parents have to get it?
I think there's certain things that I can have in my name, but like on my NPIP card and stuff, it has to be like my mother's name on there too. It's like Christy/Kyle. It can't be just Kyle until I'm 18. But yeah.
Okay. I didn't know. My NPIP tester didn't ask how old I am. I didn't know if that was a thing.
Yeah.
Carrie, did your NPIP tester ask you how old you were?
Based on the fact that I probably was twice her age, no, she didn't. Because when I got my first NPIP test, it was literally the first solo test group that she had done. Graduated college a few months previous, and like got this job working for the USDA straight out of college, landed her a federal job, and got her a company car to ride around in and works from home.
Well, there you go.
Huh.
Yeah.
So you're in Ohio, right?
Yep.
Was the NPIP testing in Ohio, was it stressful? Was it hard? Was it easy? What was it?
I thought it was pretty easy. All I had to do was just grab a chicken and bring it to the person.
Mhm.
And they just like pricked the like vein in its wing and got samples and stuff. And it was really easy. I basically just had to bring a chicken to the person back and forth.
Now, you may
Yeah.
tell you a secret about what you can work on for next year.
What?
You can actually get certified to do it yourself.
Huh.
Ohio, Oklahoma, and several other states will allow you to go through the training course and do your own NPIP testing, which seems fishy.
Yes.
Straight up says that they want their money, but
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Huh. Yeah. I might have to
Michigan has private testers too. I think there's just a handful of them. So there's a source of income for you. Almost.
Yeah, that stuff I'm trying to figure out for sure. Definitely income.
Are you
I don't
going to
have a
chicken
job.
college? Are you going to
I don't
chicken
know if I'm going.
college?
I don't know if I'm going to college, but I do think it'd be cool to like judge shows or be like an NPIP member or something like that that has to do with poultry, because I know that this is what I want to do for like the rest of my life.
Well, when you know, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So
Feel
have
like-
you done showmanship at the shows? Or
No, I haven't. My nerves actually. I'm kind of a anxious person, and I cannot do. I'm good on camera, but face to face talking with people is very tough for me. Yes, surprisingly, it's like right now it's pretty easy to talk because I feel like I'm in my home and stuff. I feel a lot safer. But like when I have to go out, I definitely curl up into my shell a little bit.
See, like when we're here, it's just like we're just sitting around a campfire talking about chickens, and it's cool. But getting in front of a group of people is
Which one thing I will say though is chickens have absolutely brought me out of my shell, because I used to just like I could not call anybody, I could not do anything because I was so nervous about that kind of stuff. But if it has to do with chickens, I can talk for hours about just anything because I really enjoy talking about chickens and it's my passion and stuff. So I really feel like I can come out of my shell way easier because I feel like I know what I'm talking about.
well, good for you. Good for you.
that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. So you're almost aged out, so you can't do showmanship. So that kind of gives you an out on that one since you weren't interested in it. And you're going to continue showing.
Yes, for sure.
Gotcha. And something poultry related after high school for a job. Because chickens eat and you got to buy food for them, right?
Yeah.
So do you have a website, or are you just working off your Facebook page now?
It's mainly on my Facebook. I do have a YouTube channel, which I'm trying to have that as a little extra income, which YouTube isn't super fast at that. It takes years to build a following and stuff. But I definitely think Facebook's going to be my main source of like eggs to ship and then selling stuff on there and all that.
I would caution you just a little bit on because the first one got shut down because they can be finicky about that kind of stuff. But when they shut my first one down, that's why I got my website down. Yeah, that's what started there.
Yeah.
So maybe start a blog and start this.
Yeah, I had to start a new Facebook page 2 years ago, I think, because I got permanently banned.
Whoa.
Yeah. And you're like, oh my God, what did this guy do to get permanently banned? I was selling eggs on Marketplace. And there was no stop doing this or we're going to ban you. It was straight ban. And I was like, what did I do? Like, and I filed an appeal and asked, what did I do? And if I log into my old Facebook account and tap on Marketplace, it won't even let me see what's in there. Wow. Which was really handy for my wife for a while because I would send her to go pick up random stuff. Like, hey, while you're out, I bought such and such off Marketplace. Can you go by and pick it up for me? So it kind of curbed that for a little bit. But yeah, be very careful when you sell that type of stuff on Facebook because they will shut you down with a quickness.
I see a lot of people talk about certain stuff like that. And there's certain words you can say to like get around it.
Yes.
That you have to be also careful about if they do end up finding out about it. But like, it's kind of crazy that Facebook would ban stuff like that, but they're leaving a lot of other stuff on that doesn't need to be.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't sell chickens on there, but you cannot have any clothes and they're okay with that. I don't understand.
Well, I just think at your age, don't put all your eggs in one basket per se.
Yeah, I'm definitely trying to lot in everything. I would like a website. I'm not super tech savvy on that kind of stuff, but I would like one. But I don't know how to start it or anything like that. So I'm still figuring out certain things.
Well, there are some platforms I think where you can just do blogs, and it might be kind of cool just to follow your story for the blog.
Oh,
where
okay.
you wouldn't lose everything should Facebook blow up or whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not by any stretch trying to deter you from Facebook. There's other stuff out there that might be more beneficial.
Coming from two people that have had Facebook accounts permanently banned for chicken stuff.
Yeah.
And looking on your Facebook page, you do have some really nice eggs in a basket. So, the pun kind of is intended, but don't put them all in one spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, so we brought you on today because we wanted to hopefully inspire some other kids so that they know that there's a lot of stuff they can do by themselves, activities to get involved in chicken or other birds. So, I mean, you can handle a big turkey, maybe.
Yeah.
So
I actually have two
big
turkeys.
Bird. You have two turkeys.
I have two turkeys.
We're turkey people too.
No.
Yeah. What kind?
I have a blue slate and a bourbon red.
Bourbon red.
They're both toms, but they're just around because they're fun. I don't breed them or anything. They're just there.
Yeah, you find you another bourbon red, a hen or two, and that'll change.
Yeah.
You'll dive into raising poults, and you think baby chicks are fun. Baby poults are crazy.
Yep. I do have one more question for you before we go. It's winter. I saw you had some snow on the ground yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what did you do to your chicken coops for the winter? Did you change anything?
Certain ones were fine. Like I said, like my camper coop, perfect. It's already pretty much insulated on the bottom half and everything. The chickens always do great in winter in there. Same with my big chicken mansion. That one does okay. It's not insulated or anything, but it holds heat pretty well. We have one coop that has a big open front, and we put plastic up, and a lot of like wind blocking is very important in winter for, so they don't get too cold. And keeping them out of wet conditions is definitely important too. Gotta make sure they're not wet in winter. Because even like winter hardy breeds like a Brahma and stuff that like I can raise them and stuff, but if they get wet and stuff, they still cannot handle the weather very well, even though they're meant for winter.
Did you leave plenty of space for ventilation? Did you seal it up tight?
Yeah. So you want ventilation, but you don't want draft. Like you want airflow, but you don't want it like getting through little cracks and like just kind of seeping in there a little bit. So like I have a few shed coop situations, and they have like an exhaust like blowing fan thing in the top, and the rest is pretty well closed off and like wind resistant. And even in winter, even though it seems a little like contradictory of like you want to keep them as warm as possible, you don't want to like close them in an insulated box, because that can also be bad for them with like respiratory issues and stuff.
You have done your homework.
I was fixing to say he gets an A. He's been in class. He's done his homework.
Oh yeah, I
That is
did
awesome.
chicken research for like a year or two before I actually got my first batch of chicks. So I really wanted to know what I was doing when I got them.
Well, I am thoroughly impressed with you, Kyle, and I hope that you continue on your path.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
So, well, if there's anything that we can do for you in the future, you let us know, or any topics
Absolutely.
you'd like us to talk about that might help you on your journey, by all means,
Yeah.
let us know.
I absolutely will. I've been looking through your guys' podcasts and stuff, and I found a few that are actually very helpful. And it's
Just a few? You're
Well,
supposed to say like
wait,
all of them.
all of it. They're the best. I've watched every single one, and every single one is perfect.
Now let's not go to the
I
other.
was gonna say that's definitely a stretch. But look, Kyle, in all honesty, when she and I first started doing this, we just were looking for an excuse to get together and talk about chickens. And, hearing things like that from people where they've been able to get something or learn something or get a tidbit from one of our podcasts, that's what keeps us going.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alrighty. So tell everybody where they can find you on Facebook exactly.
So basically, with all of my stuff on YouTube and Facebook, it's just chick and then INN and then farmer. And you just search that and you should find a picture of me.
Yeah.
Perfect.
There I am.
There you are. So everybody find Kyle, follow his page, give him some kudos. And we will talk to you again soon, Kyle.
Yep. It was a lot of fun.